Hey Commanders fans, today we have some unmissable news for you. So before we start, subscribe to the channel, activate the bell to stay up to date with all the news, and leave a like to help us. Without further ado, let's go straight to today's news. Let's go together, cheering, "Give him to me." A player the Commanders would steal from the Panthers. The Washington Commanders are coming off a tough loss to the Baltimore Ravens last week and will be looking to bounce back when they host the Carolina Panthers at Northwest Stadium. The struggling 1-5 Panthers finally benched Bryce Young in favor of veteran Andy Dalton, and while that hasn't worked out for them yet, Dalton's experience will at least help Young learn how to run an NFL offense. Still, despite the Panthers' struggles, there is one player the Commanders would steal from them this week: cornerback J.C. Horn. Horn hasn't been stellar this year, but he's been good, and the Commanders' secondary is struggling, ranking in the bottom half of the league. Perhaps Horn could take his game to the next level under the tutelage of Quinn, who has been coaching in the NFL for more than 20 years, and his defensive mindset could give Horn the pointers he needs. Panthers head coach Dave Canales has a more offensive mindset and relies more on his defensive coaching staff to get to those players. But in Washington, that would be different. This season, Horn has recorded 27 tackles, 22 solo, 6 passes defended, 2 stuffs for 8 yards and 1 interception. With Quinn building on Horn's skill set in addition to his talent, Horn would be a welcome addition to the Commanders' secondary. What did Commanders coach Quinn tell Emmanuel Forbes? Emmanuel Forbes probably had no idea that the start of his NFL career would be so difficult. Forbes, the 16th overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, struggled as a rookie and was benched. Forbes got a chance to start over this year, however, as the Washington Commanders hired a new coaching staff. Head coach Quinn and defensive coordinator Joe Witt Jr. have a long history of developing cornerbacks, and the hope was that Forbes would be next. However, in 6 games, Forbes has been in and out of the lineup. First, there was an injury, but by Sunday, Forbes was healthy and ready to play, but inactive for the matchup against the Baltimore Ravens. After the game, Quinn explained why Forbes was not active. Playing a big physical team like the Ravens would require Washington to play nickel less. Therefore, the Commanders would need fewer cornerbacks. On Wednesday, Quinn met with the media and was asked about Forbes. "Yeah, I had that conversation specifically and kind of reminded him that it's not always going to be this hard," Quinn said. "The work that you put in, the things that you want to emphasize, and then you work like hell to improve on those specific things, and the opportunity will come back. And when that happens, you want to be able to crush it. But the reason you can is because of all the work that you put in. So when that opportunity comes again, you're like, okay, I put in the work, I'm ready to do this." So that was my message to him about readiness, and that the next opportunity, he'll be there again and he'll be absolutely ready for it. That's a perfect explanation from Quinn. Is there more to Forbes? Maybe, maybe not. But Forbes needs to prove himself this year, or he'll be somewhere else next season. He has 11 games to show the Commanders that he's improving and should be an integral part of the franchise going forward.